Hey everybody, welcome to the In the Portal podcast. This episode will be talking about women's hockey. My name is Xavier. I'm here with Liam. So what's up, Liam?
Nothing much, man. How's it going?
Nothing much. Like I said, I'm excited to talk women's hockey today. They announced the schedule and a couple other things lately, like a lot of things going on. Um, Last year they had obviously the best year in program history. Won 27 games. Ended up suffering a triple overtime loss that went 50 minutes over regulation um, to end their season. Uh, but yeah, they lost two grad transfers from last season and brought a couple other people in, and they lost five out of their six top scorers. So there should be a lot of turnover within the team, even though they were successful last year. And with the schedule change, there's a new couple opponents and stuff too. So if you wanted to start talking about that, Liam, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like you said, they're Penn State women's hockey coming off the best season in program history. So obviously they're riding on a lot of momentum. Like we'll get into, it's been a crazy off season for them, losing a lot of players, but also gaining a lot of talent as well. But yeah, the conference, they have a tough schedule next year, and obviously as the conference champions, everyone's gonna be hunting them down. So they gotta try to defend that championship. They were 14-1-1 in conference play last year, and it won't be any easier for them this year with, some of the teams that they're playing, Syracuse, Lindenwood, and Mercyhurst, which were all, second, third, and fourth in the CHA last year. And those games are all on the road. So obviously that'll be a tough swing for the Penn State women's hockey team and going in that. And then they also have some pretty difficult non-conference games when you look at Northeastern, UConn, Colgate, Cornell. So those are some of the teams that they'll be taking on as the schedule just dropped. It'll be interesting to see with that, kind of revamped, retooled team this offseason, how they'll go and how they'll, go throughout the season playing in such a difficult schedule. If you want to kind of going off of that. And I know they have a good season planned and a lot of different themes coming up and a lot of different things to keep the fans engaged and the university up to date with them.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, out of the new opponents that they'll have this year, UConn is a new opponent, Union College, and then Robert Morris, another Pennsylvania school. Those are all new opponents, and then they have a couple road and home games, like as you said, three new games against teams that were in last season's NCAA tournament over the entire year. So there should be after they played a couple good teams like Colgate and Yale and stuff last year. There's those teams return, and that'll be a good challenge for Coach Campersol's squad. As you mentioned, they do the every year they have the themes for the games. They haven't released the 2023-24 game themes yet, but we figured we go over some of them from last year because it's cool. And obviously with Happy Valley United and some of the bigger things going on with the team and what they can do outside, there's more opportunities for the themes this year, and they'll probably dive into them a lot. And like I said, I know they've done fundraisers and a lot of different types of things to get engaged with the community. But some of the themes last year, they had a pink out game that everyone was wearing pink. They had a carnival for families and stuff to come, a trick or treat on Halloween or the week before Halloween, a food drive. Obviously, they had a thon game, and then a couple other, like they had a mental health awareness game theme later on in the year last year. So they'll probably be able to stack those and do another couple fun ones this year. And yeah, as you said, as we talked about before, the grad transfers that they have are from a couple schools. Maggie McEachern is from Colgate, and they'll be playing Colgate again this year, and a couple of those other good teams that this team will be able to take advantage of the new talent that they have from other guys, from other experienced players. So if you wanted to go into the grad transfers that they have, Liam, that'd be cool, and some of their stats from the last year and such.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, some of those themes last year are definitely really awesome. I'm a fan of the mental health awareness one, the pink game, and obviously Thon. So hopefully they can take a lot of those and see how they went last year and bring them back because they're definitely big focuses and will be great for the fan bases and around college hockey. But to go into those grad transfers. Like you mentioned, Maggie McEachern, the Colgate defenseman, she had 11 goals, 32 assists, and she's played in 140 games in her career. Obviously, coming in as a grad transfer, so she has a ton of experience, and she'll really help bolster a Penn State defense that will, look to keep its thing going and defend that CHA title. She also has a pretty cool story. Her brother, Connor, played for the Penn State men's hockey team. So a lot of rich family history going for that family, which will be a cool story to watch. He plays for the San Jose Barracudas now. And then Brianna Brooks, who will help to bolster, like you said, an offense who's losing a lot of its top point scorers going into next year. She's from New Hampshire. She led the team in power play goals with 6 last year. She has 53 career points and was the 22-23 season co-MVP. So she'll help replace some of the players like Kiara Zanin and Olivia Wallen, who jumped in the transfer portal this year. So that'll be a big boost to the offense. Alva Johnson, who plays defense from Long Island, was a team captain in 2022. She has 52 points in her career and 22 goals and 30 assists. So with McEachern and Johnson, you're not just getting, defenders, you're getting players who can also go up and score the puck when needed, and a lot of experience. So I think those three coming in together will bring a lot of veteran experience and a lot of leadership for a team that obviously has been there before. They know how to do it. And I think that they'll be definitely great additions and really help this team try to defend that title.
Right. And yeah, last year over the year, like I mentioned, the two, Courtney Correa and Ellery Mackay that they had last year, the two grad students, you could tell throughout the year they got more comfortable playing with different lineups. And there was 6 freshmen that ended up playing. A lot of them played throughout the entirety of the year. And a lot of them had good performances and were able to contribute. And a lot of that is due to the veteran presence that Coach Campersall leads and the grad students and a lot of the same seniors that they'll be bringing back this year. Obviously, you talked about like Kiara Zanin and Olivia Walling. Zanin went to Ohio State out of the portal after the season. Walling ended up transferring to Minnesota Duluth, a team that Penn State played against last year as well. So with the new incoming players and the 2 freshmen that they have coming in, there should be a lot of new players, like you said, and a lot of opportunities for those 3 grad transfers to impact the team overall. Like I said, was so dominant last year for the team. And yeah, like we talked about, the team is so young. Being a young team with as many freshmen as they had come in last year, that's a huge thing and a huge benefit of the portal and the constant fluidity of college sports today.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like you mentioned, the freshmen I think in college sports, no matter the sport, there's obviously going to be a lot of talent at the, freshman, sophomore levels. Obviously, when you bring in a lot of big recruits and big time players to come in and you want them to, succeed right away and help the team out. But it's also, if you look at some of the teams that go off to be successful and win championships in college sports, they have those veteran leaders as well. So I think that the Penn State women's hockey team will have a really good balance of, the young star power players and then the veterans who can come in and help lead them and ease them along as they go throughout their career. And it'll set those young players up for when the older players leave to be in that same position and be around the ringer. So that'll definitely be something really important for this program that is, they want to keep going. They had, obviously, like we said, the best season in program history, but I think that's just the beginning for them. And they want to just continue to climb up and build from there and continue to dominate.
Yeah. And off of that, another thing, obviously they have the rookie of the year, Tessa Janecki coming back. One of the only top 6 scorers on the team that's coming back. And obviously she's great with the puck. And they're bringing in the 2 forwards, the 2 graduate forwards that play wing and center and stuff, and will be able to help out in that aspect and teach her new things. So she could have another big year as well. And then off of like we mentioned with the graduate students last year, Ellery Mackay, who is a 5th year, came, and then she ended up signing with the Switzerland pro team over this summer. And so I think that's another thing that is going to just encourage more graduate students to come to this program and with the portal movement. And obviously that's shown with three. They increased the amount of graduate students coming in this year. All of them have a lot of experience, as you said, and are really competitive athletes and students as well. So is there anything else that you wanted to cover before we get going in a minute?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought of this as I was looking back at the promo schedule that we just talked about from last year. I wonder, and I'll let you answer this, how it would work with, obviously Happy Valley United is very new for all of Penn State, but when we talk about those teams, if they could, a women's hockey team incorporate, an NIL type of event into one of the home game themes, and how that would, benefit the players and the school itself. And is that something you think is possible, or how that would look?
Definitely, and like I said, I know the women's hockey team has been involved in the community the last 2 years, especially since NIL passed and they started doing more things. But I think with like things like autograph signings, and like we said earlier, the mental health awarenesses and different types of things that they can put together to bring money or awareness and just support from the community. It's something that can really like rally around the community. Coming off of the team's best season ever, they can take advantage of getting out there and helping people as well. And then, like I said, bringing more attention through autographs or different types of skating events that they have after the games. They can capitalize with more things that they already do off of the skating events. So yeah, I think that's a big part of it, and that will definitely be a big part of with Happy Valley United. And yeah, women's hockey was obviously one of the ones that are going to be most impacted by Happy Valley United. So yeah, I do think so.
Definitely, yeah. I think that is something that would be really cool going forward, and it'll be cool to see what the promo schedule is next year. We had a great discussion today about the Penn State's women's hockey team, and hopefully we can keep it going next week, incorporate some guests, as I know we've discussed is hopefully the plan. So we'll see what happens and keep it going.
Definitely, yeah. It's a fun time with all the things going on. There's a lot of other graduates and transfers and stuff going on in all sports around right now. So it's fun to be able to cover it all and be on top of it all. So anything else you wanted to add before we go?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next episode of the In the Portal podcast.